Greetings, 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 everyone. This is Dr. Akina Finch, and welcome to the Social Power Summit Speaker Interview Series. And we are going to have today, on day 19, Patricia King Williams from the Nashville panel. And as soon as she pops on in, we will get started. Yeah, there she is. All right, I see her, and we're gonna bring her on. Hello, hello, hello. There she
It's
is.
me, finally. Oh my gosh. I'm just like, what is going on?
Well, we love a good technical difficulty, and
I'm I'm tapped out and tired now.
I know, right? Well, welcome to the live stream. Those who do not know this wonderful woman, I'm gonna let you know about her.
You
So,
know how we do with this. Okay.
uh-huh. So, and then I'll fill in any gaps that she doesn't mention. But
I'm not I'm not gonna mention anything. I'm gonna say hi, I'm Patricia.
so
Okay, so what do you want me to do?
I want to thank you for being part of the Social Power Summit, being part of the Nashville panel, and please tell the people about Patricia King Williams.
You know I hate being put on the spot, but hey Lachey, looks like I've got some people on. Hey D Thomas, look, I'm taking over your live stream. Sorry. Hey,
It's your interview.
and then, oh my gosh, all these people are jumping on. Okay, anyway, my name is Patricia Williams or Patricia Kingwin. Oh, it's Terrence Pennington. Look who we brought out. But my name is Patricia King Williams, and I am the CEO and founder of PK Williams Enterprises, the visionary behind the Power Move Awards, and the CEO and founder of Power Knowledge Wisdom Foundation. I am a mother of three daughters, ages 15, she'll be 16 in about 2 weeks, 17 and 24, and I am a wife of 26 years.
Ooh,
And I think that's about all.
really now?
Yes, really.
So let's talk about some of the things you do. So a lot of people know you for the work you do in the community. That's part of the reason for the Power Moves Gala. And please tell us a little bit about that.
Well, as far as the community, I know a lot of people, when they do community work, you tend to see the things that they do, but I tend to try to find things that touch my heart or touch someone that I know. And I just I'm more like I like the behind the scenes. One of the things that I do that I hold near and dear is the Sickle Cell Foundation. I actually sit on the advisory board for the Sickle Cell Foundation of Tennessee, and we partnered with Breaking the Sickle Cell Cycle this year for the Power Move Awards. That's one of our charities that we donated to. And that's because our middle daughter carries a sickle cell trait. And she was actually born on World Sickle Cell Day, which is June 19th. So she's very special, of course. And that is probably my favorite charity, because bringing awareness to sickle cell is crucial to our family. She's only a trait carrier, but as she goes on she gets married, has children, we have to make sure that she knows about the risks that come with conceiving a child with someone who is a carrier themselves.
Ooh, now that is very important. And a lot of people don't even know if they are a carrier or not.
No, my husband did not know. When we found out, because we had our oldest, no problem. We had Sydney, and we got a letter from a Harry Medical College, which is here. They are the trait testing place for everybody here in Middle Tennessee. And we got a letter from them stating that Sydney potentially was a trait carrier based on her blood results. And I was like, okay. So we go in and they say, well, you know, either you have it or your husband has it. I'm like, well, no, I've asked my husband. He said no. I've asked my mom. She said no. And the nurse, and you know me very well, so you only know how my face went when she said what she said. She said, well, if you don't carry it and your husband doesn't carry it, then it's not his child. I'm like, what? But fast forward, I went back and I asked my mother-in-law, and she said, oh, yes, I have the trait. He has the trait. His brother has the trait, and his sister has the trait. And if you ask Marcus to this day, he'll go, wasn't me. So, you know, he's kind of silly like that. But on the serious side of that, that was something we didn't know.
Right.
And, you know, it had never been talked about. So if we had conceived our first child, not knowing that either one of us had it, we could have had a child that carried the sickle cell disease. So it is very crucial that you know your trait status.
Now, see, this is very important. So for my people that's on here that are do awareness causes, I know I see several of them in the room right now. This is very important to get out. A lot of people are going around and they don't know. They're not hearing from the champions. And so as a board member, and now that you have a child with the trait as well, and a husband with the trait, you know, what did you do to start putting out awareness? Did you use social media? Did you do whatever?
Of course I use social media. I use social media every day. I use social media so much. Some people have asked me, was I sick yesterday because I only posted twice? I was like, is that all I posted? But you know, I was extremely busy yesterday. But what I did was in 2014, I had something called Sing for Sickle Cell. It was a charity event. And what I did, because you know, I come out of music. So what I did was I reached out to some of my music friends, and we had a charity benefit concert in 2014 at BB King's. We had people like Shannon Sanders. He was my host. Of course, he's been in the music industry. He is music director for India Ari. So we've been friends for over 20 something years. So he was my host. We had people like Saran Mays. We had Michelle Visa. We had Cole Robb. We had Jay Whaley. So we had Saran Mays. So we had quite a bit of people who came to sing and raise money and raise awareness. It did so well in 2014 that the Marriott Vanderbilt was our sponsor for 2015, and it was captured on News Channel 2 by way of Larry Flowers. So it was really good. But sometimes you realize where your passion is and where your strengths are, and you have to learn to stay in your lane. So I was very blessed to meet in 2014, 2015 is when I met her, Dr. Lemitra Scott, and she was at the Power Move Awards, and I helped her with Breaking the Sickle Cell Cycle. That is the charity that we gave to this year. So her son, RJ, has the sickle cell disease. He's 5 years old. So if you can only imagine someone so young that can't tell you, you know, they just say, Mommy, my arm hurts. Why is my arm hurting? And they're crying, or their leg, you know. So that right there is something that I haven't had to deal with, but I use my platform to bring awareness because of the people that I have in my platform.
Now, y'all hear this now. She is using what she has and staying in using her lane to help people that are making moves and shakes, you know, in the community. And that is a wonderful thing. And from this, I assume that's where the Power Moves Awards came to be. And then tell us more about that and the development and how you promoted that.
Not exactly that the Power Move didn't come to be from that. Like I said, going back to Dr. Scott, Scott has a son. Dr. Scott is a pharmacist, and she has a son that has sickle cell. So her passion is different. She's trying to find a cure. I'm trying to bring awareness for people to go get trade tested so you know what you have. So we're working on different aspects of the same thing. So I realized it was better for me to partner with her and bring my platform to her so that they know what they need to do. So that's how I did that. And the Power Move Awards, it came from something totally different. After I did that and decided, you know, let me allow her to do this part and just let me bring a platform of people to the different events that she has so that they can find out what they need to know to get trade tested, you know, so that they can bring awareness to their community. The other piece of that is when I decided to stay in my lane, I birthed the Power Move because I realized I had a platform and I wanted to also honor people who give back to the community. So that's how the Power Move Awards. And in that, this year, we did, our first one was last year. So in 2018, we added healthcare to that. So now we have a plethora of doctors that were nominated. Some of them were nominated for their work in sickle cell. Some were nominated for their work in cancer and things like that. So the Power Move Awards expands bigger than helping one entity and bringing awareness to one entity. It also allows people to network amongst themselves. We had over 120 people that were nominated, and then we had over 300 people that attended. So that really, we had a lot of people. I mean, you were there. We had a lot of people in the room.
Yes.
And they were really networking.
And yes. And so how did you bring awareness to this event once you decided to become the visionary?
You know, you know, people laugh when I say this, but I just kind of throw things up and see if they stick. That's my method, and it works for me. Might not work for everybody, but it tends to work for me, so I stick with it.
Okay. So now, I know that there's a process with getting people to sell tickets because I know it's a lot of people that are doing events and a lot of people who are, you know, have causes that they want to bring awareness to. And since that is definitely your arena, how do you get people to get on board and to start paying attention to these things?
Well, there's no magic potion. There's no magic. You have to be genuine in what you do. I've been doing marketing and PR and relationship building since I was 26 years old. So I tap on people, like I told you, Shannon Sanders, we've been friends for over 25 years. So when you're genuine with people, you can reach back and tap into people that you might not talk to every day. And that's just how I build what I do. So when I put the cause out there, it was something new to Nashville. Actually, my principal from elementary school, Dr. Green Lovett, is on. So you see what I'm saying? People,
Yes.
I mean, that was elementary school. But when you reach back to people and your cause is good, I'm very social on social media, even though I'm an introvert. I know people find that hard to believe, but I'm very social on social media, and it tends to work in my favor. So there's not like magic. I just try to be genuine. I try to help people. You don't always see the things that I do on social media when I go to help or speak at schools or read for schools or donate stuff to schools or donate stuff to women's shelters and things like that. One of the things that we do, we did it last year and we did it the year before. We took up hats and scarves and gloves and things like that for a women's shelter. And we call it, we were trying to call it the Williams Winter Wonderland. That didn't sound too well. So we just called it Winter Wonderland. And we give to a organization that's in Madison. And it's a house for women who come if they've been of domestic violence, or they needed to get away, and they bring their children and they just go, and then they have nothing. So things like that. Everything that you do, everybody doesn't have to know about it, because when you do it from a giving spirit and a genuine spirit, you don't need the applause, because you're doing it for the cause. You're not doing it for the applause. And some people get that misconstrued. A lot of people do stuff so that people can go, yay, and that's not me. There are a lot of things that I put out just so people know that I'm active and doing things and moving around the country, or, in different states. But everything doesn't have to be on social media.
And you brought up a very good point. You need to first realize that not everything has to go on there. You have to have a strategic plan. And I've noticed that you're very strategic about the things that you post. And also the fact that it's usually about the particular cause, or the movement that you're promoting at that time. It's not about all the different things that you're doing to help in the background. And I think that really motivates your audience to see that they see what you're doing, but they don't see all you're doing. And I think it boosts them a lot. I think that. So why did you come up with that strategy? And why do you think that works with your audience?
Well, the strategy probably just came up to me because, over the course of my career, I like to see people win. I don't care if they don't have money. I just need to know that they're passionate about what they want to do. And you don't have a lot of people in society nowadays that do things if you can't get paid, or if you're going to get paid a small amount,
yes,
or if you're going to get paid based on when they sell something, or when they get interviewed and they get paid. You don't have a lot of people like that. And I have to attribute it to my mother, because that's what she does. And I spoke about that at the gala, because that's truly who she is. And that tends to work for me. I mean, like I told you, like, I turned down 3 events because I didn't feel that they were genuine enough, and I wouldn't give it my all because of the nature of what it was. So you have to be okay in turning down stuff too. Now, my husband doesn't like it when I turn down stuff, but yeah, I still turn down.
You have to be in integrity with the things that you're involved in, because that is part of your brand. And so if you don't believe in what you're doing, then you're not going to give it your all. So, I mean, I totally agree. I am very mindful about that when I go speak and when I do things as well. So, and, as a servant leader, myself, I know how it feels when it's time for you to serve and you get those things out and you are helping build a brand in a community. So how do you know what type of entity to associate yourself with, and what type of entity is going to make make the move that, how do you help them make that move?
Well, I'm going to answer that twofold.
Okay.
Normally, I lead with my heart. Leading with your heart in business can get you heartbroken.
Yes.
But that's normally how I lead. So over the course of my career, I usually lead with my heart. And I don't know why all these people are like sending me messages. They know they're supposed to be on this live. I've had 3 messages. But anyway, I tend to lead with my heart, and it's my love or passion for the person. That's how I can tell you no, I don't want to do something as well. So when you lead with your heart, for me, it's my passion. It helps me work. It helps me stay up at 12 o'clock at night working on a project for you when I need to be asleep, or I'm sitting in my office because my husband's looking at me side-eyed because I got the light on in the bedroom. But when you do things just because it's a paycheck, you have a start and stop. Oh, I start at 9, I close at 5. No, 6 o'clock, it's family time. And I don't like to offer those type of services to my people unless they give me a reason to set barriers. And if they give me a reason to set barriers, I will stick to those barriers. And they probably will not like me at that point, because people tend to want more than what they pay for, or more than what you really give. So I try to, hey, my classmate is on. Hey, Chris. He's an Aries. Go Aries. Oh, sorry. But you know how we do. But that's how I tend to work. Now, I said I would answer that twofold. Now that I have this wonderful, amazing mentor that I love so much, he pours into me whether I want to be poured into or not. But one of the things he tells me is take your feelings out of it. Put your big girl drawers on and make a business move, make a power move. So I'm transitioning into that. And I'm like, but it just seems so cold. He said, it's not cold, it's business. So I'm learning how to do that. And when I do it, I feel so bad. I'm like, but I can tell you, since I've done it, it has been the catalyst for my career, because he will tell me, once he gives me some instructions and some directions on how things should be done, if I tend to go to the left when he told me to go to the right, he's okay with it. He just wants me to know that now that this is a decision that you made, how are you going to get yourself out of it? I'm like, I don't know. That's why I'm calling you. He said, well, I've been there, done that. That's why I'm trying to help you. Right. So it's a balancing act. It's almost like rotating plates. I'm like, yeah. So I kind of take people, I kind of feel them out a little bit, because, people can't be fake, but oh so long.
Right.
And I can tell you, I can smell an opportunist 5 miles away. And they come strong.
Yes. Yes.
And I see them all the time. But we won't go down the road of opportunistic people. We won't go down that road.
Okay.
Look, well, I left you
that is a very good point. As there's a lot of servant leaders out there in the world who lead from their heart, but they have to learn how to take their feelings out of it in order to be successful in business. And there's a lot of people who have learned how to do that and still be successful, and still be able to help, and still be working at philanthropy. And I believe that will definitely be you. And so I want to applaud you on your second year of the Power Moves Awards. Yes. We do this all the time. We do this all the time.
We do.
Because our names are close together. So we do this all the time. So Power Moves Awards. Because you brought to light many people that were in the background. And a lot of people didn't know that they were in the Nashville community, and they were doing the things that they did. And because of that gala, a lot of them will get noticed and get more help. So I want to say that.
Let me say this. The gala was very helpful for me as well, because it allowed me to meet people that I didn't know. Because last year, we just allowed people to nominate. This year, we took a different approach, because as you grow in your business, you have to tweak things in order for it to continue to grow. So what we decided to do, thank you, Chris. He said he's proud of me. That just made my heart happy. We all took honors classes and AP classes in high school, and it was like, hey, I got a 95, so I got a 96. That's how competitive we were with each other, but we pushed each other to be good. So, little sidebar. But when you know what, I'm going to leave it. Never mind. I'm going to leave that one alone. I'm going to let you move on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you move on. Yeah, I'm
All
gonna let
right.
you move on.
So, most people do not know is that you're also, in addition to speaking about network relationship building, marketing on the Nashville panel, and of course, the PR that you have done over the years. You are also the event planner for the Social Power
Social
Summit.
Power Summit.
Summit, yeah, Social Power Summit. And you are, so you're going to be responsible for the beautiful decor and all that.
I am, and I am excited. I ordered your banner today. I ordered some trinkets today. Some of them have already got confirmation they're on their way. Some of them people don't understand simple English, and I had to call, and I'm like, what is this? It's not what I asked for. So,
So, what made you decide to add event planning to your repertoire?
why did I know that was going to come up? Because of that comment I made to you last week. So, I'm going to say this. This is just a nugget for people, and I'm going to answer her question. Sometimes people see things in you that you don't see in yourself, or people see a strength in you that you don't see in yourself, or that you might not even want to do. So yes, I am an event planner. I try to cater to small things. Hey, Karita. I try to cater to small events. Because I like intimate things. I like things to be, small and pretty and, all of these things. But in doing that, I don't get a kick out of doing an event for everybody.
Mm.
I tell people I don't do brides, but I'll be in Mexico next week with a bride. So, I pick and choose because when you own your own company, you can pick and choose the people that you want to work with. It's kind of like, when you are born, you can't pick your family members, but you can pick the people that you're associated with. Mm-hmm. So I pick who I want to work with. So in doing your event, I took a personal liking to it because you were nervous. And I was like, no, you're going to do this. And you were like, oh, no, no, no. I'm like, oh, you're going to do this. So it was different. And I've never done a tech event planning. So it wasn't a challenge, but I had to think because when I think tech, I see little computers, little squeezy balls, and all this kind of stuff. I was like, okay, how are we gonna make that elegant? I mean, so I wanted to elevate your event. Hey, did you notice your colors are here, blue and gold? My wall, your wall. How about that? I just know. See how I just kind of drift, but that's that creative side of my brain.
Yes.
So when I looked at your event, I wanted to see how can I elevate this where it caters to the people in the room, but we elevate it so your stuff stands out different. So I can't wait for you to see it. I know I've sent you a couple of things, but you're not going to see anything else. And it's going to be really, really nice. And the birthday party. And the birthday party. Let's not forget about the birthday party.
No, can't forget about the birthday party. It's my first birthday party since I was 25, so it's been a minute.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that part. Oh my gosh. Now I'm gonna have to find some more stuff. Oh my gosh. 25?
Yes.
Okay, well I won't say nothing because then people will want to know how old you are. But right. Wow. Okay. I got to make myself a note.
Yes. Yeah. So it's been a while since I've had a birthday party. Let's just say that.
But what I will say is, when you are deciding the things that you want to do in life, I'm 48 years old. So the older I get, the less I like to take. I just don't like fooling with people. So, we're either going to do this or we're not. I just need you to make a grown person decision. And so at 48, I look at my life and I've done some amazing stuff. I worked for a Fortune 500 company. At 26, I was in marketing and my major was English. And I was like, my boss told me, he said, sell you. I was like, but they're looking for A, B, C, D, and I ain't got but A and B. He said, sell you. I said, so I'm supposed to sell myself in a marketing department. Not to mention I was only Black. I'm supposed to sell myself in a marketing department, everybody of every color except me, and I'm the one that don't have the degree they're looking for. He said, sell you. 24 hours later, I went to his office. I said, I got the job. He said, I knew you would because I told you to sell you. So shout out to Daniel Dillard. He was by far the best manager I ever had in life.
Aww.
And he still follows me and he tells me how proud he is. He said, I remember that little knucklehead girl that didn't listen. I was like, oh. So sometimes you need people to believe in you and they see things in you that you don't see. And they do work to your advantage because at 26, 25 or 26, being in the marketing and PR for a Fortune 500 company, working on their magazine spread that came out once a month, being able to go down to the radio stations. Back then we did prize packs. I mean, you know, that's how old it is. So relationships matter. When we were doing the Power Move Awards, I was able to go to 92Q. Shout out to Kenny Smooth. But I saw somebody that was a staple item, and that was Ernie Allen. Ernie Allen was at WVOL way back when. I said, Ernie, I remember when I first won my first Power Pack tickets to see, guess who? Michael Jackson. Mm-hmm. He was like, wow, I won Michael Jackson tickets, I won New Edition tickets, and I won Prince tickets. So when I went over to 92Q last month, I had to take a picture with Ernie Allen. I had to. He said, let me get my hair together. And he was like, let's take a picture. But relationships matter. I remember that as growing up as a child, going down to the radio station, you had to pick your tickets up by 5 o'clock. So those things matter. And when you're building relationships, those things will help you out when money can't open a door for you. Because a lot of people think money opens the door. Money does help. But, you know, I have people that say, oh, I'm trying to push this project or I want to do this. It's not always money. It's not always what you know. It's who you know. Because I can pick up the phone and say, hey, I have this client. They don't have any money. But who do you know if I send you their packet that might be willing to listen? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's what you need. And a lot of people miss that. You know, money is not everything. It does help, but money is not everything.
So I hope y'all got those nuggets that she just put down there. You know, the importance of relationship building, the importance of putting yourself out there, the importance of selling you, you know, even if you don't have everything that they want on their list. They just might need you, the essence of you. And so...
And sometimes you will be that token person.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you are, take advantage of your opportunity.
Yes. Yes. Because, you know, you could be the one that helps open the door for others.
That's right. We talk about it all the time. Sometimes you have to go through the door first so that you can reach back and bring somebody along with you. Beautiful. It might not be their time, but you needed to be that catalyst to bring somebody else in.
Yes. Yes. So I know that sometimes when you're a visionary, and I know that there's some visionaries on this line, you know, and it seems like nobody cares about the vision. Nobody's feeling the vision. Nobody, you know, they just don't want to support. But you have to remember that you got to keep pushing. You know, that just might have not been your audience right there. But your audience is coming. And they're out there.
But you also need people that believe in you.
Yes.
You know, I mean, you know, for me, this is my company, but I would not be where I am without the love and support of my husband. Mm-hmm. He's not going to come to everything. Half the stuff, when I tell him what I'm thinking about, he's looking at me like, what? But he's always there. He's always supportive. And you need people in your corner. Some people, they make decisions, you know, for the betterment of their careers, for the betterment of their health. But, you know, even when I was working out, trying to lose weight, you know, I had what? I had a partner. So we could talk about it. So somebody could hold me accountable. Okay, Trisha, why are you eating that cookie from Panera? One is high, and two, you know you're trying to get in this dress. I'm like, but it's good. I'm just going to eat half of it today. But, you know, if they hadn't said anything, I'd have probably ate the whole cookie. And I probably honestly did eat the whole cookie, but it sounds good. But, you know, you need that accountability partner. You need someone that is going to be your motivator, because in the real world, as an entrepreneur, it's hard. It is truly hard to keep people motivated, making sure you're putting out the right product that they want to hear, that they want to see. In my case, that they want to attend. You know, okay, so we had a good one in 2017. Okay, so we had an even better Power Move Awards in 2018. Well, I know I got to change it up for 2019, because then what'll happen is people say, oh, well, it's just going to be the same old, you know, Power Move Awards. What's going to be different? So now we're looking for a keynote speaker. So for those of you out there who know Oprah Winfrey, I'm coming for her. I don't know if I'm going to get her, but I'm coming for her. And that's just, you know, one of the things. I think year 3, I need a powerhouse keynote speaker. And I've had some great keynote speakers. But I think it's time for me to take it up a level. So Gail King, I don't know if we're related, but that's my maiden name. Call Oprah, tell her I need her there. But you know what it said? Ask and it shall be given.
Yes.
So I'm asking. Somebody might know Oprah. Somebody might be like, you know what? Oprah used to be here. Oprah, Michelle Obama. And one of my favorites, Tyler Perry. Tell him he can come as Tyler Perry or he could come as Madea. Either one will be fine.
Yeah.
What you think, Dr. Finch?
I love it. I love it.
So you see what I'm saying? So I just think abundantly and audaciously, and I just think if I keep plugging away, somebody will come through. Or somebody that I know knows somebody else, and they can make things happen.
I love that. I love that. You know, this Social Power Summit has been very interesting. It has taught me tenacity, and it's also taught me the people who believe in me. There were some people that I thought was gonna come through and didn't even bat an eye, but then there was people who I wasn't even expecting, and they came above and beyond.
But you know, we've talked about that a lot. Sometimes people's schedules don't allow for them to attend, but just because they don't attend does not mean that they are not there. It could be a word, it could be an email, it could be a text, it could be a phone call. So all those things are important. You know, I had people texting me, hey, Patrycya, I'm sorry I can't make it to the gala, but I know it's going to be amazing. I'm so proud of you for representing the city. Those things are so heartwarming for me.
Oh, yes.
People don't have to do that. People don't have to be nice.
No.
So I'm glad it taught you tenacity, because I know I've said many times, you're going to do this. Oh, I'm going to quit. No, you're not going to quit. Oh, I'm going to quit. No, you're not going to quit. Because one thing that we do, we wait till the last minute.
Yes.
That's what we wait till the last minute. Always. But, you know, sometimes people see you even though they're not there. Sometimes people want to be there to support you, but they can't be there. So, you know, like you were talking about, somebody donated tickets. I had some people to donate tickets. Joan Fleming donated tickets. My keynote speaker for the upcoming event that I have in November, she bought her VIP ticket and then said, hey, I've got all these interviews that I've got to do. And she was coming in from Memphis. She said, can you donate the ticket to somebody? Sure. Just so happened when I got there, somebody said, hey, I've got somebody that wants to come. I know you're sold out, but is anybody that's here anybody that's supposed to be coming that's not here, and I can pay you for the ticket? I said, no, but I can give you a plate. Because I already had a couple of tickets.
Right. I love that. And, you know, those situations have happened in this development, and I have learned a lot from the people that have been on this journey. And this vision, your vision was new to Nashville. My vision is new as well. And people have to get their head wrapped around it. They may not be for the first one, but they got to see what it's about, and then they'll come to the second and third and whatever. Just because you can't see the forest for the trees doesn't mean it's not going to be successful. It doesn't mean that it's not viable. It doesn't mean any of those things. And watching you in your element really, really showed me that how you went on anyway.
Sometimes you have to remember, sometimes people don't know what they need. Now, you and I have had that conversation. I'm not a techie, but if I didn't know you and weren't being on your panel or being the event planner for your gala, if I had attended, I would have attended solely to find somebody in there to do some stuff that I don't want to do or that I don't know how to do, because I don't like tech stuff. I don't do tech stuff. After one of my business relationships ended, I had to learn to do tech stuff because I was the voice and they were the tech. Mm-hmm. And they knew I didn't know tech, but they would always make sure that I knew what it was. And in my head, I was like, whatever, because I really don't care, But now I make sure I learn. I even ask you questions. Mm-hmm. Not that I really want to know, but I know I need to know just a little bit to have an intelligent conversation, or to be just a tad bit dangerous. But for me, I would rather come to your summit and find somebody that does what I need and just pay them versus trying to do it myself.
And the option is open. And see, I love the fact that you see it that way. And there's a lot of other people that will as well. So it's not just because you want to come and learn. It's also for you to find people who do it and you see them in action. And so that's a great point. But, I want to ask you the question I asked everybody that's come on here. Yes, oh, yes. So tell me why you are part of the Social Power Summit.
Because you asked me.
Is that it?
Yeah, because you asked me. Because, I just told you that it was not something that I normally would have done because it was out of my element. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't have thought I had anything to offer. Mm. But in that, you've got me down as business consulting, talking about how to build your business, sustainability in your business. I wouldn't have thought that's what your summit would be about. Mm-hmm. All I can see is computers and little geeky nerds. That's all I can see. So, people that, I guess I was thinking more of people who work on computers, so they know the ins and out of a computer. That's where my brain went, because my brain closes down when you start talking tech. Mm-hmm. When you start talking tech and numbers, I know enough about accounting to make sure my stuff balances. But I have a bookkeeper and I have an accountant and I have my mother who was a CPA on purpose. So I know enough, but it's not what I want to do. So when you asked me, I thought, oh Lord, what do I have to bring to the Social Power Summit? Because I just really didn't know. And the more you talked about it, I said, well, okay. So, but yeah, it was truly, probably not the answer you wanted to hear, but truly it was because you asked. If you hadn't asked, I would have just came to find me somebody to do all those things I was looking for.
No, I want that is the answer. If that, I want to know why you did it. And I like that because you're right. You didn't see it. You heard Social Power Summit and you saw one thing, but as you got into it, you saw it was a total different thing, or it was something that you could bring into it. And I like that because I do know you're not techie, you're not really interested at all. And
It
so,
just makes my head hurt. Oh my gosh.
so for you to see the value in that, because there's a lot of people out there that are not techies, that don't get that piece, that just want somebody to do it for them. I want them to know that they're represented too. You know, this is information for them to find the right person, what they're looking for, what they need, you know, how to find that person, how to find out that you gel with that person, you know, someone that believes in your vision and mission and then carries it out and represents you well. You know, those are some of the things you need to look for. So
Mm-hmm.
I really love that. I really love that. So thank you so much
See
for
the
that.
difference. You're so smart. Your glasses are on your face. Mine are eye candy. So mine are at the top of my head. See the difference? And I cleaned off so I could put them on, and I thought, oh, these look just cute right here.
Patrycya, you are awesome. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for all you do.
You're welcome. Now I have to go hang out with this needy puppy that's been very good. Because nobody's here but the two of us.
Well, before you go, deal with Chewy. Please tell them your closing words and how they can find
you. Closing words. I will say this. One of the scriptures that I live by is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That is my daily motivation. That keeps me going when I want to stop, because I know whose I am, so I know who I am. So I have to keep going because I have 3 girls, and they look at me, and I have to be that first example that they see. So be that example for the people around you. And as far as my social media, you can always find me on Facebook under Patrycya King Williams. But I also have the Power, Knowledge, Wisdom Foundation. And the business page is PK Williams Enterprises on Facebook. Instagram, PK Williams Enterprises. And Twitter is also PK Williams Enterprises, no S. Twitter needs to expand on how many characters they can have and quit limiting us.
Well, that's duly noted because that's usually how people name their handles if they want to be consistent, because Twitter and Pinterest are the ones that have the limiting characters. So once you get your name on that one, then you can expand to the rest of them. But, you know, that's sidebar.
Right. So, yeah, PK Williams Enterprises on all of them. There's just no S on Twitter.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Miss Patrycya. I appreciate you greatly.
And you are more than welcome.
Thank you so much for being part of the vision of the Social Power Summit. And come out to socialpowersummit.com, get your tickets, meet Patrycya and meet all the other speakers, learn about, you know, if you're not interested in doing the social media, learn about how you need to look at the person that is going to do it for you. And then, of course, network and find different people that can that you could JV partner with and that you can really connect with. So I want to thank each and every one of you for being on here today. And until next time, bye.
Bye.